Can everybody hear me okay? All right. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Brand, and I'm the acting general manager of this facility. We're very pleased to see such a large and enthusiastic gathering here today. On behalf of Magna Powertrain team and the entire worldwide Magna family of companies, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here today. In particular, I would like to extend a special welcome to the state and local government representatives, which we have in attendance here this afternoon, including the county commissioners, the county council, the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission, and the EDA. I also extend a special welcome to our customers from AM General, Bob Sharp, and Jeff Heiliger. Thanks very much for joining us here today. Now I would like to provide a quick overview of who we are and our current facility, and then get into the real reason why we are here today. Magna Powertrain is an operating unit of Magna International, North America's largest auto supplier based on 2009 actual sales. Our current 151,000 square foot facility on South Cowan Road employs more than 200 people who produce powertrain components. In an average year, we produce approximately 6.5 million parts for our customers including General Motors, Chrysler, and BMW. Our capabilities include CNC machining operations such as turning, milling and drilling, grinding, and welding, as well as powertrain-related assemblies. We are very pleased to be expanding our operations in the great state of Indiana. With that, I would like to introduce Judd Fisher, the President and Chief Operating Officer of Ball Brothers Foundation and the Vice Chairman of the Muncie, Delaware County Economic Development Alliance.
Thank you, Stephen. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Muncie, Delaware County Economic Development Alliance, the Chamber of Commerce, and local government leaders, I'd like to thank you all for attending today's news conference and sharing in this historic event. An existing international industry leader is expanding, another shell building will be occupied, and quality new jobs and capital investment are coming to town. It doesn't get much better than this. There are a lot of people that were involved in making today's announcement possible, and before I call on Jim Williams, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Delaware Advancement Corporation, to give an overview of the project, I'd like to recognize the people on stage here and some others in attendance. First of all, from Magna, Stephen Brand, who you just heard from, and Tom Rucker, Vice President, Stampings Group for Magna Powertrain, who you will be hearing from shortly. The Delaware County Commissioners, President Todd Donati, Larry Bledsoe, and Don Dunnick. These three gentlemen are completely dedicated to economic development and continue to support initiatives like the Shell Building, the first certified shovel-ready food processing site in the nation, TIF districts, and other programs. You're regularly seeing the fruits of these efforts. Mayor Sharon McShirley. Mayor McShirley was supportive in the Shell Building initiative in bringing the sanitary sewer line to the building. She continues to serve as a great spokesperson and ambassador for economic development in our community, both here and abroad. She and Terry Murphy will be taking the community's story and recruitment efforts to China next month. Mindy Kenworthy is the Indiana Economic Development Corporation's Director of Business Development. IEDC was a key partner in providing state incentives to make this deal happen. Dan Zerner is the lead contact person for Garmon Construction, the company the county commissioners contracted and partnered with to construct this building. Jay Julian is the president and CEO of the Muncie, Delaware County Chamber of Commerce. Terry Murphy is the vice president, economic development for the Muncie, Delaware County Economic Development Alliance. Terry and Jay, along with the staff of the EDA, Tracy, Brad, Bruce, and Susan, raise your hands, please. Terry and Jay, along with this staff, were instrumental in helping bring this project to our community. Other key individuals that have helped bring us to this announcement today are Representative Dennis Tyler and Senator Sue Arrington, members of the County Council and Delaware County Redevelopment Commission. If you're here, raise your hands. Thank you for all of your assistance. I would now like to introduce Mr. Jim Williams. Jim is a partner in DeFur Varan Law Office and is the current chairman of the Board of Directors of Delaware Advancement Corporation. Please welcome Jim to the podium.
Thank you, Judd. What a beautiful day. The Romans used to talk about auspicious beginnings before they embarked on anything of consequence. And a day like today in October, the setting we have here, the news we have to deliver, I think is really a portent of auspicious beginnings for the venture that we're talking about. And I just am so happy to be here and so gratified in Magna Powertrain and Magna International's confidence in Delaware County and their willingness to invest their resources in this community and to add further jobs and to help us grow. Before I give an overview of this project, I've been reading recently biographies of folks in this country's economic history as we go through the downturn that we've been experiencing over the course of the past now almost 24 months. And one of those biographies is of Alexander Hamilton. The book itself was written by an author named Ron Chernow, who's written several biographies of business and industry captains. And this biography of Chernow focuses on the early days of the Republic. And there was a grand argument between Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton over the question of investment and use of capital. Jefferson, being a planter from Virginia, was convinced that a nation of yeoman farmers would be the way to go. Hamilton, on the other hand, who had studied deeply economics and the theories of Adam Smith, understood that the way for this country to be great was through the taking of risk, the investment of capital, and the applying of energies by willing men and women to making their communities better places to live, work, and grow and raise children. And today we have a perfect example of that in the form of Magna's commitment to this community. So I would like to offer just applause for their willingness to invest and risk in this community and their commitment to Muncie and Delaware County. Y'all already know we're here to announce this investment. Magna Powertrain of America is expanding its transmission components manufacturing operations here in this shell building. The company will be leasing this building, adding 47 jobs in this facility, and investing nearly $10 million, and expanding the building from 81,000 square feet to 100,000 square feet. The investment, the addition of 47 new high-paying jobs, the expansion of this facility is all fantastic news. The good news does not end there. In addition to this project, Magna E-Car, their electric car parts initiative, I have a Prius, by the way. Do you guys make parts for Priuses?
Not yet.
Well, I'll work on that.
You have to buy a Ford Focus.
A Ford Focus?
EV.
Okay, everybody hear that? Ford Focus. The Magna E-Car project is investing over $4.5 million in equipment and adding 6 new jobs at the existing Cowan Road plant. In all, with Magna's investment, with Garmon Construction Company's investment, and the E-Car investment, over $15 million will be invested in this community, and 53 new and sorely needed jobs will be added. And that's something which we thank you for from the bottom of our hearts, and we look forward to being a partner. Muncie, the news today illustrates perfectly that Muncie and Delaware County continues to be a place for international companies to come and to grow and to prosper. Today's announcement is further confirmation that our community possesses the assets and resources necessary for a company to be successful. A skilled labor force, quality available buildings, and land with infrastructure, competitive utility costs, a top-notch educational system highlighted by Ball State University and Ivy Tech Community College, and local government and business leaders dedicated and committed to making our community a better place to live and work. I would add that Muncie is also a town of committed citizens, and Delaware County is a county of committed citizens. Just because someone may not have a formal post, I have never seen a community which has more dedicated people interested in the welfare and security of their fellow citizens than this community. And those people also make outstanding employees. Economic development projects like this just don't happen. They just don't spring out of the grounds. They're the result of a labor of hard work, foresight, community collaboration, and cooperation. Magna first approached the economic development staff about this opportunity over 9 months ago. The project changed in scope several times. Each time, Economic Development Alliance staff, local government officials, and committed citizens stayed on top of the changing needs and responded appropriately and swiftly. In the end, the availability of a large, modern industrial building, as you see behind us, was a major component of the deal. Fortunately, through aggressive efforts by local leaders, such an option was available here in this community. Just over a year ago, the county commissioners, DAC, and Garmon Construction announced a partnership to construct the county's 5th shell building. This building was the nicest, largest, and most aggressive undertaking to date as it concerns the community's shell building project. With today's announcement, the shell building program will have helped bring over $70 million in new investment and over 1,100 jobs to Muncie and Delaware County. There have been 5 shell buildings constructed and 5 occupied, and that makes this program one of the most, if not the best initiatives in the state of Indiana for a community our size. The success of the shell building program is probably a story for another day. In the end, today, here we are announcing another Magna investment and more jobs for this community. We are in a competitive situation to attract this investment opportunity with the city. We were in a competitive situation to attract this investment opportunity with the city in Michigan and with the country of Mexico. But local leaders, government, and Economic Development Alliance leaders stepped up to the challenge and made this a win-win opportunity for our community and for Magna. To all those officials at Magna, and in particular to Stephen Brand, who you heard from initially, and who worked so hard to bring this project to Muncie, I want to thank all of you on behalf of this community for your belief and trust in Muncie and Delaware County, and I assure you that belief and trust will be returned in kind.